Hi guys, we're live. Me and Tim were just discussing The Joker, which I watched last night, which I thought it's a typical origin story, actually. Not much happens.
Not happy.
But, but it's absolute. The acting is, if you like good acting, it is superb. So I think that's the Oscar in the bag for
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix. So yeah, we were discussing the merits of the Joker, and we forgot we were supposed to be going live.
Oh, yeah.
So we weren't even talking about what we were doing.
No, we haven't got a clue what we're going to talk about today.
Right, so hi guys, and absolutely welcome to our last show of the year. You can see we're all ready for Christmas. We've got our decorations up. We're wearing our Christmas hats. I might just draw one over the top later. Ho ho ho, jingle bells, etc.
For those of you on the podcast, we don't.
No, we should let the podcast people think that we do. Morning, Kevin. Good to see you on the show, mate.
Good morning, Kevin.
How are you? Kevin interviewed me yesterday
for
cool. One of his shows, and when it's live, I'll let you all know. So, once again, I gave away the farm without meaning to. Right, so we are going to talk about, like every other marketer does this time of year, the good stuff. But unlike everyone else, we're going to talk about the bad stuff, the stuff that didn't really work, stuff we screwed up, stuff we think's not very good anymore, and we haven't practiced this, we haven't thought about it, we haven't rehearsed it, so who knows where it's going.
No.
What you get is what you see, as ever.
It might just turn into one big rant again. No, we'll try not to make it into a rant. We'll try and make it practical and useful and interesting for people.
Make a change.
So the first thing that's on my list actually is live streaming. Believe it or not, how meta is that? Ooh.
Yeah.
In 2019, I think people have just about caught on that live streaming is it, and it's not just restricted to one platform anymore. It's everywhere. It's on every social media platform like there is possible, and there are so many tools out there now that make live streaming super easy. We use StreamYard because it's super easy to use, and it gives us so many different features and functions.
It's constantly being updated. I mean, that's the great thing about it. Only this week, shall I do it? Look, we've got a new toy to play with.
Ooh.
So come and join our free community. You'll see it in the ticker at the bottom. I can't work out why it's going right to left though, not left to right. Surely it should be going.
No, that's correct. That's how the ticker.
Yeah, you're right.
That's how the tickers work on the Sky News. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. It just looked weird to me. So yeah, I mean, live streaming. Now, to actually tie this in with repurposing. So we do an hour show. 45 minutes, 40 minutes. We aim for 45 minutes, but it never is 45 minutes. And from that, all I need to do is take a little 2-minute snippet, right, from that live show. And that is all my content I need for a whole week. Just 2 minutes from a live show. So if we actually got good and started planning this, we could have a little section ready to go where all the banners and everything, so it looked really good. Actually, you'll notice today, I mean, we're full screen and not like this, simply because this looks better when I use a snippet. I discovered sort of this week when I started doing them. So that's why we're doing it. But at the moment, I'm up to over 100 posts, right, from one 2-minute clip, because I'm doing a case study for the repurposing product that I chucked out yesterday. Hang on. There you go. Get it on pre-launch. Courses.seriousmarketersacademy.com. You'll see it at the top. No, but the point is, it's content, right? And it's the easiest content you'll do. People always say to me, "Oh, I don't know what to talk about." No, it doesn't matter. We don't know what to talk about. But for most people, when you're under pressure and you have to perform, it's easy. It just comes. My stutter goes most of the time when I'm on this. If I'm recording a video, I have to cut out bits all the time. Don't have to edit it live. It's just there. So yes, do live videos. It gives you video. It gives you audio. It gives you text. Those 2-minute snippets turn into like 200, 300, 400 word blog posts. Amazing. Magic.
Content marketing is another thing that's on my list, and it feels like it's like 1996 again. That's honestly, that's what it feels like, with the way that internet marketing is working at the moment, and content still is king. And
Yeah.
blog posts are still hugely powerful and more relevant today than they ever used to be. I've written a couple of blog posts about one of the tools that I use for my e-commerce business, and the tool is Zipify Pages. They also have another tool called One Click Upsell, and I wrote a blog post about Zipify Pages versus ClickFunnels. So if you've done any of the 5K method stuff, or like any of the other content marketing courses that we put out over the last couple of years, you'll know that this is a very simple way of kind of getting started with affiliate marketing. And so I wrote quite an extensive versus, so a Zipify Pages versus ClickFunnels article. And I'm an affiliate for both tools, so Zipify Pages and for ClickFunnels. Now, I wasn't trying to rank for ClickFunnels, I was trying to rank for Zipify Pages. And within literally 4 weeks, that article was #1 for Zipify Pages versus ClickFunnels, or ClickFunnels versus Zipify Pages. I've been contacted directly by Zipify Pages, the guys at Zipify, and I'm having a call with the primary content manager this evening about what more we can do to create more content that is Zipify Pages related, which just shows you the power of picking a niche, picking a tool, picking an affiliate program. Doesn't matter what it is, write about it, because if you're using that tool and you know it inside out, there's no reason why you shouldn't be writing this content, or recording a live video like this, doing a live stream, doing literally sitting down with a mate and having a chat like Mark and I are having about the tool, and you just have a 45-minute thing that creates a bazillion pieces of content that can then link back to your blog post. It's hard to rank the blog post, but it's easier to rank the YouTube video and to get traction with the video on Facebook and Instagram and all the other tools that are out there. So that's why you want to be creating content on an ongoing basis.
I mean, one of the things we really need to have to focus on next year is actually, when we create this content, is to have a keyword in mind so that we can actually rank for something. I was shocked during the week, last week. I had an idea for an article for some content, and I went to Google just to see who was ranking. Oh, lo and behold, Serious Marketers Only is ranking 4th for it. I didn't even realize we'd done content on it. So you'd be surprised at what people rank for, and what your sites can rank for. So yeah, that was a quick dive into Page Optimizer Pro to legitimize it a little bit.
Yeah.
So
just to answer Tamar, have I got it right this week?
Yeah.
Is it like Donald or Donald?
Donald.
Okay. So Zipify is Zipify Pages specifically is basically a page builder that works natively with Shopify. It's a very, very powerful way of building my landing pages, because Shopify is awful for creating landing pages and funnels and all that kind of stuff. And so Zipify creates probably one of the best tools out there for creating those particular landing pages. They also create a one-click upsell tool that I use as well, which is both. Basically, Zipify is owned by a guy called Ezra Firestone. If you've ever done anything with,
I didn't know Ezra owned that.
Yeah, so he's the owner of Zipify Pages, and well, the whole Zipify team. It's basically his in-house development team now for all of his Shopify stuff. So yeah, hugely powerful.
We've actually had a major moment in our online careers.
Really?
Yeah, a moment of silence to celebrate our first ever YouTube comment on a live video.
Would it been a tit?
We had a YouTube comment, the first time ever. We obviously get loads on Facebook, because most people watch on Facebook. We've actually got, thank you. Here we go. Let's celebrate it. Dum, dum, dum. Thanks, Craig. You're a first man. He's a pioneer, is our Craig.
Hey, so what's next on my list? Facebook, and this fits in both bad.
I am not going to rant. I'm not going to rant about Facebook today. Mark Zuckerberg is getting a free pass.
It's Christmas after all. No, Zipify has been bad and it's been good this year. Zipify has been bad.
Don't you mean Facebook, not Zipify?
Okay, Facebook. Should we start again?
We can cut that out of the live.
Yeah, cut that out loud. Yeah. Facebook's been really, really good for me. At the same time, it's been really, really bad for me. Certainly from an ads perspective, ads costs have gone up dramatically again. So what was converting at sort of 10 to 15 pounds per conversion earlier in the year is now 20, 25 pounds on average conversion, which is outrageous. That's an insane amount of inflation. Whether it will adjust again come January when there's less advertisers on, who knows? But it's been it's been pretty horrific on that front. But at the same time, if you can get it right, it really does work. If you can find your right audience. So if you go back through the annuals of these lives that we've done, I did a whole Facebook ads thing.
I recommended that during the week to somebody.
Yeah, it's a great video, even if I do say so myself. But it will give you a structure to how I've gone about managing my Facebook ads account this year. Everything from just simple brand awareness and identifying your target audience to the kind of ads that we're running, the creatives we're running, and how we're setting up the campaigns using Campaign Budget Optimizer. Which reminds me, Campaign Budget Optimizer in less than 40 days will become the default on Facebook ads. You will no longer be able to do non-CBO type campaigns.
The thing is, it won't really affect us and most of our customers at all. It's just a slightly different part of putting your budget in.
There is a fairly significant change from the perspective of how you budget. So you're no longer budgeting at an ad set level, you're budgeting at a campaign level. And Facebook will figure out which ad set is going to get the most amount of money. So it will work out, it will use its machine learning. It's all that. Yeah. What does Donald say? A tip I heard last night for Facebook ads: if you want to scale and avoid increasing ad costs, duplicate your existing ad and put the extra budget. Yeah. So one of the things that I do, it's very similar to what Donald's just said.
Donald, come on, get it right.
Donald.
Just for Christmas, get it right.
I'm going to do it on purpose now. I was. So what I do is when I'm ready to scale a particular creative, a particular ad set. So if I know that I've got an audience creative match that is working, that is functioning, what I'll do is I'll create a new campaign. And what I'll do is I'll split the ad set or the targeting up into, say, 5 age categories. So say, for example, I've been doing a lookalike audience of 0 to 5%, for example. Okay, so lookalike audience 0 to 5%. I'll then split that into 5 ad sets split upon by age. So 24 to 35, 35 to 45, etc., etc. And then what I'll do is I'll stick the same ad creative 3 times into each ad set. So there's a duplicate of the same creative 3 times in each of the 5 ad sets. So I've got 3 times 15 identical ads all running at the same time. But basically what it's doing is it's finding different pockets of traffic, different pockets of audience on in the Facebook world. And that's a way of kind of just going, okay, give me stuff at scale. And that's working pretty well. So it's touch and go whether it does work every time, but it seems to be working okay at the moment.
An interesting thing I read this week about Facebook ads was that once you know your conversion costs, your budget needs to be 4 times that conversion cost, because if it's not, you're going to lose money on your campaign. So, for example,
it's not necessarily losing; it's just that it takes a freaking age to actually get any meaningful results out of it.
Yeah.
So, to give you an idea, my cost per acquisition is around about £15 to £20, ideally. So, I'm having to put a campaign budget of £100 a day to actually get meaningful results within the first 24, 48 hours. Otherwise, it just sits there and it kind of, Facebook struggles to optimize based upon that. And you're needing to get enough results quick enough. So you're looking to get, your 25 to 50 conversions in a week kind of thing, to actually, for Facebook to really optimize your campaign. Otherwise, it suffers a kind of a bit of a slow death. But the thing is like, for me, that's about getting a conversion, as in somebody buying something from us. If you're collecting leads and your target cost per lead acquisition is £1, then essentially all you're looking for is to spend £5 a day.
Yeah.
So that's what you're kind of looking for is from an optimization standpoint. So you might need to pull your conversion optimization back to whether it's capturing a lead or somebody landing on a landing page rather than making a purchase, and then you can actually make the system work for you.
Yeah. Tim's show, where he talked about the Facebook ads, was episode number 36.
It was
called the Scalable Ad System.
It was a bit of a monologue for an hour.
Was I there?
So apologies now before you start diving into that.
It's pretty. Shall I say it's probably one of the best shows we did this year? No, well,
can't blow my trumpet like that, Mark.
Nah, I reckon 50 and 51 were the better ones. This was the third best one. Right. So the other things we've got to do. Right. So good stuff from my point of view this year. Moving to an office. Okay. Absolutely. I mean, bear in mind, I was only doing it for about a month while the builders were in, but the builders are still there 6 months later. It hasn't changed, mate. But, I'm definitely going to hang on for a few more months here. But the actual level of productivity is massive. And it is, I get stuff done. Sometimes I come in, I get to do a day's work in 3 hours. Other time I come in 8 hours and I get 2 days work done. So because there's no distractions, I recommend trying it. Really, really, really good. Sorry. Tamaz just asked, where's the show located? Facebook, YouTube, any good podcast site?
Yeah,
we're everywhere.
YouTube is probably the easiest place to find it, I find. So
yeah. So we've actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, and call the Lifestyle Marketer, and then go to live playlist. There's a playlist of all our live shows, or most of them. Tim's looking at it, looking for it already. Or it'll also be where you're watching this as well on Facebook. Just look at all the videos. It's there somewhere. We're everywhere. And if you go to iTunes for podcast, the Friday Live thing, SoundCloud, all the other ones. But where? It's Facebook and YouTube. Look at the page you watch this at the moment. In the videos, it'll be there, right? On YouTube, the Lifestyle Marketer channel, it's there. And we've even got playlists with it on there. And on iTunes, the Friday Live thing, it's there. And I made a post every single time we go live. I make a post in the foundation with all the links to it. You know what? This is why they don't let women drive.
Steady.
Sorry, Tamar, I couldn't resist. Right. Follow the map. Welcome to today's.
Sorry,
right.
I'm just trying to find it so we can just move on.
Right. So, okay, I'll talk about something else. Another good thing. Was it 2-3 months ago? I started moving all the courses to Thinkific. Okay, so beforehand, I hosted everything myself. So I built the site, I built everything. There you go. Here's a link. Full of the Christmas spirit. You gotta love these Aussies, haven't you? That's because you don't get snow at Christmas. It confuses you. Right. I think good job our customers like us, isn't it? Well,
Yeah,
used to like us anyway.
they like us. Anyway, go on.
Right, so that is Tim's the video, the Facebook show, Facebook ads show. Right, so yeah, so beforehand they record the videos, upload them, create the courses, all the stuff on LearnDash and BuddyBoss, and it was a right pain because they sort of work together and then they sort of don't work together. And it's I've moved it to Thinkific, and it's just so easy. It's freed up so much time. So, for example, I did this repurposing course this week. Now, it was 3 days' work, and it was done up there. I don't have to worry about it.
Like, the comments are just distracting, Mark.
I know.
Turn the comments off, mate.
Actually, before I get distracted, Snowy Mark. Yes, I got photographs of snow on my car. It was a couple of years ago, but we did have snow. I mean, now we've got torrential rain today, but it is 16 degrees, so it's like warm shower. Yeah, so using the right tools for the job. Okay, I'll admit I've always said no, just host it yourself, set it up. But moving and actually committing to it, do you know what? I'm going to pay it. I don't mind paying $100 a month for the amount of time it frees up and the ease of use. And it's just so easy. I mean, obviously, I've got Thrivecart. So beforehand, I used to set up Thrivecart, link Thrivecart to ActiveCampaign. Now, I'm actually starting to use the cart in Thinkific, and every purchase is an event which goes straight into ActiveCampaign. And so you've got to balance out cost between ease of use. Now, generally speaking, I've tried to go low on the cost. I don't mind doing a bit of extra work, but now as I'm maturing in age and getting older, I'm going, do you know what? Screw it. I'll pay that bit extra just for the ease of use. And the having a stressless life is much better.
This has long been my argument about Shopify, and it's like people will argue until they're blue in the face about like they'll argue until they're blue in the face about why we shouldn't be using Shopify for e-commerce and why we should be using WooCommerce or some other system. And it's like one of the challenges with using WooCommerce, having been somebody on WooCommerce running a live shopping cart site, a live brand, and it basically, you wake up every morning and turning on your computer and you're crapping yourself every morning because you don't know whether it's going to work or not.
Yeah.
And every time that you go to update a plugin, that you don't know whether it's going to conflict with the platform that you've created, whether it's going to kill the entire site, and you're going to spend the next 5 hours rebuilding that site again so that you can start making sales again. With Shopify, it works all of the time. It costs me more money, but I don't care because it works and it's consistent. And that's the same thing with using tools like Thinkific, Kajabi. Rachel's just mentioned about Kajabi. Absolutely. It's one of those kind of like, completely, built-in systems. It's like you don't have to worry about servers. You don't have to worry about hosting or all of the technical nerdy shit that we used to. It's you just start creating, being a creator, and that's the important part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I used to have things like you can go back and look at the number of calls. I can't get into this course. Okay, the site's down. I don't get that anymore. It's just like it's up. If it goes down, it's down for everyone. Sorry, mate, not my problem. I had a tech problem the other day. I emailed Thinkific. Their tech support is ninjas@thinkific.com. Yeah. Type it in. 5 minutes later, I get a reply with the answer how to fix it. Not like you get with some tech support where they just ask you another question so they don't have to deal with it. So the next shift can deal with it. They were in there, fixed it. No, I didn't have to fix something. It was just me being an idiot. But I got the answer back in 5 minutes. And then that's the type of support that you want. And I don't mind paying the extra. And this is where I think it was last year or the year before, we said SaaS services were going to be on the rise in one of our shows. And I mean, I think now they're becoming peak. I was saying to Dave the other day, Dave, hope you're doing fine, mate. Dave's having a bit of a crap time at the moment. I was saying to Dave now, I'm not even worried that much about a website anymore. Okay, we've got Serious Marketers Only. That's it. I mean, I've got a couple of blogs. I can't see myself getting any more blogs anymore. The sales pages I can host on Thinkific. It's a crap sales page because it's a pre-launch. But for that repurposed course, in fact, people can go look at it now. And not saying go there, buy. Just go and have a look at go to courses seriousmarketersacademy.com, and the very first course up there is the one I did yesterday. That was literally 2 minutes to do that sales page because it's all built in. So you just do that, add a picture, add a little bit of text, add a button, tell him what you want to sell on the button, and it handles it all.
So Ian's just mentioned about, I think he's referring to Kajabi. The reason why Kajabi works now is because the person that owned Kajabi is no longer owning Kajabi. The marketer.
Yeah, so I think one of the good things is suddenly getting this realization that, you know what, money is less important than time.
Absolutely.
And ease of use. So I'll be moving a lot of my stuff onto surfaces. So yeah.
So the next thing I've got on my list is actually quite a nerdy thing, but it's kind of fairly important. It kind of relates to some of the content marketing stuff, but it's about SEO and how SEO is coming of age. And SEO since the dawn of time has been about keywords and specific keywords, and rather than search intent. And that's the biggest changes that have happened this year to do with the Google search engine is a lot of people haven't really been talking about it, but it's called the BERT algorithm, bidirectional encoder representations from transformers. Is if you're particularly nerdy, but basically
robots
in disguise. No, it's natural language processing. So what it's doing is figuring out search intent more than basically what the keyword is that you type in. So like the results that people are getting are actually way more effective based upon the intent of the search, not the actual keyword of the search, if that makes sense. So
this is part of the reason why Apple, Google have gone all in on Home Assistants. So yeah, hey it's Google,
speech stuff, and like exactly.
So they know how people talk because when I'm doing searching now, beforehand when you did search, you had to think before you typed it in to get it back. Now it doesn't matter. I can just put any garbage in. I get sort of the replies I want. So yeah.
No, and I think from a content marketing perspective, it's actually made the game easier for people who create genuine content rather than nasty, horrible, spun content. Ooh, that's evil stuff, because Mark's never created 1,000 WordPress websites with spun content on it.
I've never done that.
Never done that. No.
I never ever had over 1 million pages all spun in Google.
Oh dear. Yeah.
So change, eh?
So this whole idea of like there's still black hatters out there who are convinced that they can hack the Google algorithm to make it make it work for you, kind of thing, and they'll sell you, private blog networks and all this kind of weird stuff, and pyramids and all sorts of extra sort of three-dimensional shapes of your link profiles and all that kind of stuff. It's moving away from that, and it's and rightly so. And I think the way that I hate using the word artificial intelligence. It's machine learning. It's machine language. It's like figuring out based upon your previous searches and your current search what your intent is, how far down the buying process you are, whether you're still in information gathering mode rather than actually going to buy kind of mode, and all that kind of stuff. It's getting really smart. It's going to continue to get smarter and smarter going forward next year. And it's like a lot of the shady, crappy sites that were out there before, they've seen their search rankings plummet because they've still got all of the shady crap behind it, like all of the bad sort of like tactics to boost your SEO for your site. And it's like, my sites even though Medic came in about a year and a half ago, the Medic update, I lost a shit ton of ranking for my site. It's come back because of the content I've produced, and I'm providing what Google actually wants to provide. It's when somebody searches for, I want to buy some greens powder, they'll actually come and find me. And that's really the interesting, that's where SEO has evolved. Because I'm doing stuff in an ethical way, I'm starting to see my rankings come back again, which is good.
Yeah, no, it's I've got no problem with the direction that Google's going in at the moment. I think that they went through a really bad patch when they were the only game in town. Before Instagram came along and Facebook came along, and then Google has to pull. Now, corporate culture-wise, they're going through a really bad patch. But for end user type thing, no, they're going the right way, and they're rewarding good content.
Yep.
Very few of us set out to game Google. Well, I know some people do, and we do a little bit. We do a little bit of checking the keywords we should be using and stuff like that. But no, we don't set out to actually cheat Google and put a lot of crap out there and rank for something else.
Well, no, it's not like we're trying to rank for Britney Spears rather than like Zipify pages. So but you're right. It's like Google are doing an awful lot of things right at the moment. One of the other things on my list is to do with Google Ads, and like certainly the next video we're probably going to be talking a lot more about what's coming in 2020, what's evolving, and one of those things is certainly the Google Ads platform. We spoke about it 2 weeks ago with how the Google Ads reps are a lot better now than the Facebook reps.
They are reps. That's why they are reps.
They are, absolutely, and they understand it. It's the same person that comes back to me month after month and talks to me about my account and understands what I'm trying to do and how we're trying to evolve. And that's what a rep should be about, not somebody who's basically just a mouthpiece of the stuff that Facebook wants you to basically spend your money on. So yeah, it's evolved, and I think Google are on the right path, certainly on that front. Amazon is next on my list.
Yeah, cool.
So,
go on. I bet it's under the bad column, isn't it?
Well, it's split actually. I think it's great for the end consumer, but at the same time, I think from a seller central perspective. So if you are a merchant selling product through Amazon, life's getting harder for the people that, let's put it this way, the opportunity seekers. It's getting harder for them, and Amazon have been playing the game with these people very, very well, and they're basically just sucking as much money out of them as humanly possible. So about a year and a half ago, Amazon started really clamping down on this whole gaming the review system. So it's probably been going on about two and 3 years, something like that. And previously, gaming the reviews system was the only way of improving the rankings of your product. Okay. Now, Amazon clamped down on that. And what did they do instead? They introduced an ad platform. So now all of the people who are talking about gaming the review system and getting more reviews, they're now talking about, oh, go and spend money, go and figure out Amazon ads and the sponsored, placement stuff, sponsored products placements and all that kind of thing, and spend your money there. Now, what's that do? That's paying Amazon more money to rank your product higher than your competitor on their platform. It's kind of like, it's very, very self-serving on Amazon's part. They're getting paid twice for, actually they're getting paid multiple times, not just twice. They're getting paid for FBA. They're getting paid for the the standard fees that you get for every time you sell something, and they get paid when you're advertising to beat your competitor who's also on Amazon and also spending money on Amazon ads in an algorithm system. It's nuts. And it's like Amazon's biggest growth area this year in terms of revenue has come from their ads platform. No shit, Sherlock. So yeah, I think from the business opportunity side of things, with the people who are trying to game Amazon's platform and looking at it not from building a brand perspective, but from building kind of like, I found a spatula to sell, and I'm going to sell it with gold-plated spatulas because there's a keyword that's undeserved on Amazon's platform for that. Let's go and create a gold-plated spatula. That's going to start being diminished. The number of people who can play that game over long term will be diminished. For those of you who've got brands, and actually a legitimate brand, in the last 12 months, I've spent no more than about £200 total on Amazon ads. And all of those have been for my primary keyword, my brand name, basically to stop other people from advertising on my brand name. That's all I've done. I look at my spend each month, and it's like £10, £20 a month that I'm spending on Amazon ads. And from a brand perspective, it's great. It's really working for me. I've earned as much revenue this year as I did last year from Amazon, and yet I've spent $0 practically, $300 on advertising on Amazon. It's just come organically and through all of my other ad spend that I've done elsewhere, the stuff that is external to Amazon. So I'm paying Amazon less, I'm profiting more, I'm getting more customers, and that's been good. The bad shit is probably going to continue for those poor buggers who have been sold a business opportunity.
Yeah, well, I read an article in one of the papers a couple of weeks ago about a company in the United States who are sort of startup cowboy boot manufacturer. So they make lots of cowboy boots. So probably about 18 months old they are. Half their income came from Amazon sales, 50%, and they've just pulled everything out of Amazon because it was half their income, but it was 80% of the problems they had with their business stemmed from Amazon. And the profit from Amazon was like quarter what they were making from their own website. So they went, no, we'll sacrifice that 50% for the moment. We may go back later when we're bigger and better able to handle all the crap they're causing us. But for now, it's holding back our business.
People talk about like Amazon being expensive to be on, and it's not really that expensive. I class them like kind of like an expensive affiliate. So we pay out 13% to our affiliates. Amazon take about 20 to 25% of the revenue that we get from sales. The thing is, that's not the expensive bit. The expensive bit, as Mark's just said, is to do with dealing with the number of people who return and all of the shady crap with stock arriving or product arriving that's been damaged because of the way that Amazon handles
that's exactly what they said. I mean, they've had in the last year they've had nothing that they sent out be sent back because it was damaged. They have a large percentage of stuff that Amazon sent out gets reported damaged. People return old pairs of cowboy boots from other manufacturers in their boxes, and Amazon then refund them the money for the boots that they bought from them. Crazy. Question there from Tamar. I received calls from Google My Business. What's that about?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go on then.
It's actually worthwhile doing it. We use it as a separate social network.
Yeah, it's basically your business on the top of their page type thing, isn't it? So yeah,
so
worthwhile doing it.
Yeah, if you do a search for a business, or even like for a keyword, actually, and your business is based locally, what you'll see basically that business pop up as a business that is local. So we treat it, as I say, we treat it like a social network. We put posts up on some Google My Business every day. So like all of the social posts that we create for Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all this other stuff, we actually post on Google My Business as well. And interestingly, we get a huge amount of clicks through to our website every day through Google My Business. And it's because we are constantly adding posts to, whether it's image posts or video posts or whatever, to Google My Business. It shows that we're an active business. So on the search rankings for Google, it looks good, and also adds to that weight behind the SEO of our business as a whole, that Google sees that we're active, we're writing about a particular subject, we're posting about a particular subject, and it means that more people are finding us because of that. And I think Google My Business has actually contributed to us getting more of our search rankings back over the last 6 months than pretty much anything else that we've done. So don't ignore it. It's not something that we've talked about before on this show, but it's one of those little things. We use Zoho Social, or social.zoho.com, as our platform for scheduling social posts across the web. We do stuff which is direct to Facebook as well, but we do an awful lot of, like, we use a tool to basically schedule posts because it's easier. Yes, like people go, oh, the reach is awful on Facebook, and it's like, well, the reach on Facebook is awful anyway. We might as well embrace the awfulness and use the tool to get crappy reach anyway.
Everyone says that, you use an automated tool to post, right, and you're going to lose reach. Tell me one company, like medium-sized to large company, that post manually to Facebook. It's not possible. So everybody is posting automated now, or else you wouldn't have Agorapulse, you wouldn't have Content Cal, you wouldn't have Meet Edgar. You're only up against people who are doing the same thing as you. So yeah, I don't worry about it. Even if I post, say, manually rather than schedule, I often do it in Hootsuite because I'm already in there and I've got Hootsuite open, so I might as well just bang it out there.
One of the things we went around the houses, Mark will know this. I basically tried pretty much every social media posting tool there is about 3-4 months back. And we tried everything from Agorapulse, super expensive, super rich, blah, blah, blah. We used Hootsuite. We tried Meet Edgar. We tried all sorts of different platforms. And the one that we found that worked the best and gave us all of the functionality of expensive tools like Agorapulse, but basically for like a tenth the price, is Zoho Social. It's brilliant. Honestly, it's very, very simple for my team to use. It's simple for me to use. I can pull stats off it. I can see very quickly in a calendar. The calendar's a bit chunky, but we'll deal with that. But ultimately, it's a great little platform that does 99% of what all of the other ones do put together, but at a tenth of the price.
I'm using. I still use Hootsuite for day-to-day. Like, I'm just going to do a post, or I'll monitor what's coming in. I use Hootsuite, but I use Content Cal now because once I make a post on that, every post goes into a library. So it's just a matter of going to the library. I'll post that one there, so you can fill it up. So I can spend, probably going to do this over Christmas. I'll create 40, 50, 60 posts. send them out in January, like fill up my feeds. But then over the year, I can just go, yeah, post that one today, post that one tomorrow. I have actually this morning, before we went live, as part of the case study, I've got stuff scheduled for the next 18 months. I've got post schedules for 18 months. How cool is that?
Tamar had about, interestingly, they immediately tried to get me to talk to their people about running our ads. That's probably not Google My Business then that contacted you. It's probably a independent agency.
Yeah.
We get an awful lot with people saying, "Oh, we're calling from on behalf of your Facebook ads campaigns and all this kind of crap." And I'm like, "No, you're not. You're bullshitting me." So I basically told them to get stuffed. Yeah, you won't ever have like Google offering to do your ads for you. You have to do your ads for yourself or have an actual agency. So it's most likely to be an agency that wants to do them for you. Certainly, I would recommend going into Google My Places, Google My Business, sorry, and figuring out how to create your and actually figure out how to use the tool. It's really simple. It'll take, if you've done anything else like this before, it will take you 20 minutes and you'll figure it all out. It's not that complicated. And it's a great way of making sure that the information that's recorded about your business is correct. And you can start getting things like reviews, Google reviews about your business on that platform as well. So it's one of the things that we do try and get our customers to do. If they leave us a review through our normal reviews platform, we'll also go, "Oh, would you mind leaving us the same review on Google as well?" And we give them a link to the Google reviews page so that we can build our reviews on Google as well. Because once again, it adds to the whole weight of when somebody does a search, because people do still type and say, "What is Lean Greens?" Lean Greens, but I want to buy Lean Greens. They'll find our business and they'll see the reviews that are up there for us. So that's super, super important.
And you said people just still type. I was in having a haircut the other day, and I realized there and then that Alexa will respond to any voice. So they had their normal rubbish music on, like meditation music, because I was getting a head massage and stuff like that. I just went, "Alexa, play The Clash loud." So I had a haircut which listened to The Clash. It was brilliant. Right. Okay, so I've got something. I'm gonna own up to something now that didn't work this year and really pissed me off because I thought it would. Well, it sort of worked. So I set up an evergreen campaign, right? A funnel that was absolutely brilliant. I put everything I knew into it, right? And it's actually converting at 30%. When people get to the end of it, it converts at 30%. It is that good. The problem is most people don't get to the end of it. In fact, a very low percentage of people get to the end of it. So my big lesson from that bad bit of marketing was, I know, funny for me saying this, keep things really simple. I know I say it all the time, but sometimes I like to look at campaigns that other people have done, go, "I can build that. I can do better than that." It's just too complicated. Absolutely too complicated. So, I'm now stripping that down into 3 pages, and more people will get to the end of it. It won't convert. It definitely won't convert as well. But
get more people there.
Yeah, get more people there. So yeah, that's the worst thing I did this year was that. But the worst thing was I spent over 3 weeks building it. Literally, I focused on it for 3 weeks, tweaking it, getting it right, writing the email sequences, everything. No, bad mark.
See, the way I've looked at things this year differently with funnels in particular is that I stopped doing funnels in that vein. What I'll do is I have a target landing page. So for us, where we're selling a physical product, I'm driving my ads directly to that sales page. Now, the thing is what I know that only 2.5% to 3% of people convert on that particular landing page. I've done quite a lot to optimize that page, then the offer, the offer being the most important thing, and also who it is, the pocket of people, the pocket of people who I send to that page are actually it's super important to get those things right. So you've got the pocket of people and the offer is right for that pocket of people. going on about Peter Spaten's stuff. It's like that's all him. So we drive people to a sales page for our product. If they decide that they don't want to buy, then we have exit pops. It's not really an exit pop. It is an exit pop to all intents and purposes. But we also have retargeting pixels as well, and we retarget those people, the people who are spending the most amount of time, the fence sitters. We're trying to convert them to either become an email address prospect person, so we offer them whether it's a discount or something like that. We've been trying all sorts of other stuff recently as well. We've got them onto a pixel audience on Facebook, on Google, on YouTube, all those platforms where they exist. Anywhere they go on the internet, they'll now start seeing our ads all over the place, which is exactly the way you should be doing it, because you'll convert maybe another 1% of the overall audience that lands on your page. You may convert another percent, but that's where you start making your overall campaigns work really, really well. We're still talking about one landing page. It's not about the funnel. And it's like, I kind of got a bit sort of jaded, as Mark has done with funnels, because you'd spend all this time and money and creating a page, driving traffic to it, and it's like, Jesus, I've no idea where this is falling down. Which messaging has gone wrong somewhere, rather than going, okay, well, audience, product, are they the right fit? If they're not, if it's less than 1% conversion rate, it sucks. If it's more than 1%, okay, we might have something here we can optimize. So that's the way I've looked at funnels this year.
I mean, once again, it's one of the reasons I moved to Thinkific was thinking about this. Okay, so now what I can do, I can set up a free course, right? So I can set up a free course about evergreen funnels, right? And I can then, once people are on the list, then I can then market to them a course, a full course on evergreen funnels. And that's it. Just keep it nice and simple. I've got 7 emails set up. All I need to do is get that traffic and send it to that free course. I don't have to get them going through sort of all the nice little, here's an introduction, blah, blah, blah. Now, this is what you should be doing.
See, the whole funnel thing, and maybe this is a subject for another call about funnels, and it's like the whole funnel thing, the only reason why it exists is because of internet marketing. And it's like, when you decide you want to go and buy a car, okay, what do you go and do? You look online for the reviews. You look on YouTube for the reviews that are on YouTube, independent reviews. There's no such thing. But then when you've decided that you want to buy, you go, okay, where's the best place to buy? You do a search for a local garage or whatever, and then you go to that place, or modern world is you can actually order cars online now, but you can actually go to the place and you buy it.
Yeah.
And that's like how people buy stuff. And it's like, the car's a bit of a weird example, I know, but even so, for something like soap, okay, so you're selling a bar of soap. It's like, do you go to a landing page about soap and it says, want to know the one major trick that will help you get cleaner than ever before? Put in your email address and I'll answer that. And it's like, you go, I just want to buy a fucking bar of soap, dude. And it's like, it's the madness of internet marketing has taught us, has told us that we should be doing all of this crazy stuff. And it's like, no, just sell me the thing that I want.
It's something to think about over Christmas, right? So you can, let's say you've got a $997 product, right? You're going to build a funnel for it. I mean, you're not going to try and send people straight to a landing page and sell it. Yeah, you can probably try it. It might work. But if you're selling a $27 product, you don't need a funnel. You really don't need a funnel. Here's a $27 product. Bang. Then stick some upsells on the back end. Done. That was that campaign I talked about a few months ago, where the woman made $150,000 for a $27 product. Perfect. Why not? And then I actually went, well, you see the post it made this week? I went one better. I found a woman who's made $50,070 3 months before she launches her course. That is marketing.
Yeah, but it's like I'm seeing some of the comments, and it's like, you know, from Tamar, and it's like about the find out the dirty little secret. Smiley face. It's mad, isn't it? It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
One little trick.
it's like everybody's doing it. It's like, okay, well, that feels like a scam. And it's like, as a normal consumer, a normal person who goes out and buys stuff, I'm not going to go and put my email address in to find out about a bloody bar of soap. Really, seriously, dude, I'm just not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't matter how cool and sexed up your blooming like bar of soap is. Really, it's just a bar of soap. Is it going to get you clean or not? And I think, you know, when you've got a $27 product for sale, and it's like, but I want to change my life. Yeah, well, it's true. This bar of soap will change your life. It's like, no, it won't.
I'll be roller skating down the broad boardwalk, smiling and happy, living on a yacht, driving a Ferrari. If I buy this $9 course.
See, no, some of the best landing pages I've seen for products this year is, I saw one which was to do with an antiperspirant.
Yeah.
I think it was antiperspirant patches or wipes or something like that. And it's basically, yes, it's quite technical and quite nerdy about how it works and all this kind of stuff, but it's like, it's a product landing page. It's like, here's what I've got, here's what it will do for you, here's what to do next. It is the most simple sales page possible. And if you go onto any of the sales pages that we've been creating for Lean Greens recently, pretty much the same format. Here's what I've got, here's what it's going to do for you, here's where you got to go and do next, go buy it. That's it. Yep. And yes, you can have like the testimonials, you can have the nerdy science stuff and like copy and all this kind of stuff. To be honest with you, 99% of people are not going to read it. The people who buy it, they've either been already pre-sold on the idea because of the ads creative that you've got, or like the headline has promised enough, and that's going to convert enough people for you to make enough from the business.
I feel sometime next year the Ministry of Sensible Marketing coming out.
Just like, but you know, this is certainly something I think we should talk about in a future episode next year when we come back. It's like, okay, so what are the components of your funnel? And it really, and what we actually need. So what's the ad creative, who you're targeting, what's the landing page? That's it. Especially if you're selling something under $50, £50, the £50 mark. If you're,
I'd say 97.
Yeah, even so, yeah.
I'd say anything under 97, like, just chuck it up there.
Yeah, it is, and it's like, yeah, if you're selling something which is a 997 course, even a 997 course, you probably can sell it through. And it's like this whole thing with like, I'm sorry, before I get onto a real proper rant, VSLs. VSLs only exist because of internet marketing.
I hate VSLs. I hate looking at a 35-minute video when all I want to do is find the buy button and buy.
I've seen VSLs that have been an hour and a half long for bloody probiotic tablets that cost like that, you know, we sell for 20 quid. And it's just like, it's a fucking probiotic. Oh, shoot me now. It's like, right. This thing's going to change your life. No, it won't. It's a probiotic, dude.
It will just make me shit better.
But that's the craziness that we.
Sorry, Apple.
But it's the craziness that we've got onto within marketing, and it's like ultimately most people don't buy like that, and it's like, and a lot of the time, certainly use the probiotic example, it's like they've got this fancy VSL and whatever, and they try and sell you 6 months worth or 12 months worth of product in the first sale because they know that then they're never going to get you back for a second time. Because it's like their repeat customer rate is basically in the single digit percentage marks rather than for us 50%.
0 point before it.
It's madness, utterly madness. Anyway, sorry. That's my
rant. We don't have a rant because it's Christmas, right?
Yeah, I know.
Let's remind ourselves. Right, guys, that's it. We've got to an hour. Yeah. That's enough torture for you. Thank you.
Well, hopefully this has been interesting and useful, because obviously
We didn't plan any of that.
We try and present stuff that is like contrary, not on purpose, but because it's kind of shining a light on the way that marketing works in 2019, 2020. And it's like the old school tactics, which are still being pushed by so many people, really, they need to go the way of the dodo, honestly.
Oh, Ian, I could tell you. Right. Okay, so hang on a second. Let me see how I can word this so we don't get banned from Facebook, Google, and right. So, being an adult, me and my wife are having happy time, right? I made a broad-minded suggestion, to which I suddenly heard Siri say, "I'm sorry, Mark, I can't do that." So, on those
in the middle of.
But that's absolutely serious. And Alison, if she ever listens to this, he's going to kill me. Yeah. So I'm just going to tell people to stop listening to this at 1 minute. Yeah, exactly an hour in.
Right. That's enough for today. Thank you very much, guys. And thank you everybody for listening over this last 12 months.
She's done it again. Siri just started playing. Oh, she's so annoying. She started playing Don't Hold Your Breath.
So Alexa, for those of you who just didn't hear that, Alexa just started going in Mark's pocket.
Oh, Siri, that was Siri.
It will be a new thing for 2020. Will be basically fake dial or pocket dialing Alexa.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, guys, that's it. Have a great Christmas. Thank you for all your support. I mean, we wouldn't do this if it wasn't for you guys. No. You 5 guys that turn up every week. No, I really appreciate your support, and as ever, please ask us any questions you have. We're always happy to answer. Always, if you're not a member of SMO, come and join smo.com/free. And we'll be back in the new year with one of our always completely 100% accurate forecasts of what's going to happen for the rest of the year.
Dear.
Right, we're going. See you later, guys.
Hey.
You got it. Bye.